Hello, Assalamu alaikum, ma'am. I am Tariq Abedin Shiraji. We are blessed to have this opportunity to continue our study throughout this pandemic. Also, thank you for completing our semester with utmost care and sincerity. My topic of today's presentation is development of land law in Bangladesh and its drawbacks. The land of Bangladesh has traveled a lot. Administrative management system from 1500 BC so far. Revenue system, ownership power, land transfer and rules have traveled a long way. From the very beginning of the ancient time, it's been a lot of development till now in land law and land administration of Bangladesh. Modern period in terms of land administration in Bengal, which include British Pakistan and Bangladesh period, commenced on 12 August 1765 when the East India Company was granted Diwani rights by the Titwal Mughal Emperor Shah Alam of Delhi for only 26 lakhs to collect the development of land laws and land administration in Bangladesh. By regulation of 5 of 1796, provision was made to auction a jamindar in parts of realization of areas of revenue. Regulation number 11 of 1822 authorized the Board of Revenue to set aside auction sales of any jamindars for irregularity or any other reasonable ground. Since the East India Company failed to take adequate measure for protecting the interest of Indian riots after assuming power of the British India in 1858, the British government enacted the Rent Act 1859 and the Bengal Land Revenue Act 11 of 1859 for amelioration the condition of the Indian riots. Act 10 of 1859 defined the rights and obligation of different categories of interest in land. The government of British India was trying to improve the condition of riots. On the other hand, at the same time, it was trying to expedite the process of revenue collection on the other hand, but they were having many difficulties. That's why the Public Demand Recovery Act was introduced with provision as to the definition of public demands and how they are to realize through the intervention of the settlement officer. By the provision of the Transfer of Property Act 1882, land could be transferred through 5 modes: sales, mortgage, lease, gift and exchange. In addition, there are also other 5 modes of transfer: will, waqf, trust, partition, benami transaction. The Provision Act of the Partition 1893 vested the owner of the undivided property with the right of making partition of the property among the members of the joint family. After consideration of the report which was submitted by the Commission in May 1880, enacted the Bengal Tenancy Act was placed before the Legislative Council on 2 March 1883. The Council passed the bill after amendments. After assent of the governor, it's become the law on 18 March 1885. There was no provision in Bangla Tenancy Act about obligation of the non-agricultural tenant. As a result, no non-agricultural land rent assessment Act of 1936. On the basis, the East Bengal Non-Agricultural Tenancy Act 1949 was enacted to give relief to non-agricultural tenant. Sealing of the land of the retained by a family was increased from 100 bighas to 375 bighas during the martial law rule of Pakistan in 1961. By the Land Reform Board Act 23 of 1989 and the Land Appeal Board Act 24 of 1889, the Board of Land Administration was the Ministry of Land is the final authority in the land administration and appeal lies to Ministry of Land from the decision of the Land Appeal Board within 16 days. Now let's talk about the drawbacks of land law. Drawbacks of land administration system is that age-old system of land administration. The land management system in Bangladesh is based on age-old or traditional regulation. Most of the regulation were enacted during the British period, the outdated regulation. Corruption. The land administration in Bangladesh is highly corrupt. A survey led by TIV in 2012 shows that 54.8% of the household that receive service from the land administration paid bribe and unregulated money. Flood caste land management and distribution system. Some from the caste land related problems are identification, notification, application, list name. Pattern of the land distribution, multi multiplicity of documents, no appropriate process to identify an inheritor. Customary agriculture system, land grabbing of both rural and urban land by domestic actor is a problem in Bangladesh. This was my today's presentation. Thank you so much, ma'am, for giving me such a great opportunity.